This Sunday, the Camp Nou faithful brace for a colossal LaLiga showdown. High-flying Getafe ventures into Barcelona's legendary fortress, a ground where the Blaugrana have remained unconquered for over 2 decades against this opponent. Think about that, 22 home matches without defeat. What's more, Barcelona has clinched both halves on 7 consecutive occasions when hosting Getafe. But can this season's resurgent Getafe, a team defying expectations, finally shatter Barcelona's unbreakable streak? This clash has all the ingredients for an absolute thriller. Let's peer into the tactical blueprints. Barcelona is expected to deploy their familiar 4-2-3-1, a formation designed for relentless wing attacks and clinical finishing. Yet, here's a potential Achilles heel. Despite their attacking prowess, they've shown a surprising fragility in squashing opponent opportunities, a key insight for those eyeing prop bets. Getafe, on the other hand, likely lines up in a compact 3-5-2, relying on strong finishing and set-piece threats. However, their critical vulnerabilities lie in defending swift counterattacks and maintaining possession. This creates a tantalizing scenario where Barcelona's pacey forwards could have a field day, especially given Getafe's pronounced weakness in aerial duels. Could this be a goal fest? Player availability could be the game-changer here, a stark contrast painting a fascinating picture. Barcelona arrives with a depleted roster. Their formidable shot-stopper, Marc-André ter Stegen, and dynamic defender Alejandro Balde are both confirmed absentees. A further trio of vital players also remain doubtful, severely testing their squad depth and potentially weakening their defensive spine. Getafe, however, presents a much healthier outlook, with just a solitary doubt and the welcome return of Alex Sancris from suspension, injecting fresh options. Could these significant Barcelona absences open a crucial window of opportunity, allowing Getafe to breach a vulnerable defensive line and find the back of the net? A glance at the league table reveals both sides have made impressive starts. Barcelona currently sits in a strong second position, while Getafe has defied expectations, claiming a surprising 6th spot. But let's focus on Barcelona's home fortress. Their one league game at home this season saw them score a staggering 6 goals without conceding a single one. Their attack consistently averages over 3 goals per match, showcasing their offensive firepower. Barcelona typically suffocates opponents with superior possession, unleashing a barrage of shots and winning a plethora of corners. Interestingly, Getafe commits significantly more fouls than their counterparts, hinting at a higher likelihood of cards being shown, a fascinating angle for those looking at disciplinary markets. Barcelona arrives on a wave of superb recent form, boasting 4 victories and just 1 draw in their last 5 outings. Their most recent league performance was an emphatic 6-0 annihilation of Valencia at home, a truly dominant display. What's particularly compelling for bettors is their newfound resilience. On 2 occasions recently, they've demonstrated a never-say-die attitude, battling back from halftime deficits in away matches to secure at least a point. This indicates a team that can concede, yet still roar back with powerful intent. They've consistently found the net in every single one of their last 5 games, but, crucially, they have also conceded in 3 of those fixtures. Could we see both teams scoring in this encounter? Not to be outdone, Getafe also rides a wave of impressive momentum, securing 3 victories from their last 4 matches. They recently notched a confident 2-0 home win, showcasing their ability to control games. However, a significant cautionary tale lies in their solitary loss, a 3-0 defeat away to Valencia. And here's the stark juxtaposition: Barcelona just hammered that very same Valencia side by 6 goals to 0 at home. This comparison begs the question of Getafe's away capabilities. While they've shown defensive solidity with 2 clean sheets in this run and the ability to score on the road, their capacity to withstand top-tier opposition, especially away from home, remains a critical unknown. The recent numbers paint a vivid picture of Barcelona's attacking might. They're averaging a remarkable 3 goals scored per game while letting in less than 1 on average. Their home record, a perfect 6 goals scored with absolutely none conceded, is simply flawless. Intriguingly, all 4 goals they've allowed recently came during their travels, not at their fortress. Getafe, meanwhile, manages to find the net about 1.5 times per match while conceding roughly 1. Mirroring Barcelona, all of their recent concessions have also been on the road. Barcelona boasts an exceptional win rate, triumphing in 4 out of every 5 games, closely followed by Getafe's strong 3/4 success rate. This highlights the potency of both teams, but particularly Barcelona's home dominance. Now, let's dive into the historical ledger, and it's a tale of absolute Barcelona dominance. They remain undefeated against Getafe in their last 6 encounters, securing 3 victories and 3 draws. Getafe, remarkably, has not managed a single win in this recent history. What stands out for savvy bettors is the consistent trend of low-scoring affairs in these head-to-head clashes. Barcelona averages just over 1 goal per match in these games, while Getafe has truly struggled, managing only about 1 goal every 5 matches. The halftime statistics are equally telling. Barcelona frequently holds an advantage or enters the break level, suggesting Getafe consistently finds it incredibly challenging to penetrate the Blaugrana defense in the opening 45 minutes. Could a first half under 1.5 goals be a smart play? This next statistic is truly astounding, a genuine jaw-dropper. In their last 6 head-to-head battles on home turf, Barcelona has conceded an absolutely 0 goals against Getafe. Yes, you heard that right, not a single one. All 6 of Barcelona's goals in these home fixtures were scored right there. Getafe, on the other hand, has mustered just 1 solitary goal across these 6 meetings, and even that was scored at their own stadium. They have completely failed to register a single goal away to Barcelona. Moreover, Getafe typically concedes the majority of its goals when playing away from home. This unparalleled historical home dominance for Barcelona, particularly in its impenetrable defense, screams volumes. Could a Getafe to score no goals wager hold significant value? A look at player heights reveals subtle differences that could impact set pieces and aerial battles. Barcelona boasts slightly taller defenders and a taller goalkeeper, potentially granting them a marginal but crucial advantage in defensive aerial duels and commanding their box. Here's a curious point: Getafe's forwards are, on average, a touch taller. This seems contradictory to their documented weakness in overall aerial duels. It suggests their aerial technique, delivery, or tactical setup may not be fully exploiting their attackers' physical stature. Midfielders, for both sides, hover around similar heights, indicating that battleground might be more about skill than stature. Could Barcelona leverage their defensive height against Getafe's underutilized attacking aerial presence? Let's examine the age profiles, which paint a classic contrast. Barcelona leans heavily into youthful vibrancy. Their average defender, goalkeeper, and midfielder are all in their early 20s, suggesting a squad brimming with energy and ambition, but perhaps lacking the grizzled experience of veteran campaigners. Getafe, by contrast, fields a far more seasoned squad, particularly in their defensive line, where players average around 27 years old. Their goalkeeper, a significantly older and more seasoned figure at 32, adds another layer of veteran wisdom. This encounter could very well be a fascinating battle, youthful exuberance clashing with hardened, seasoned experience. Which will prevail under pressure? When we scrutinize individual player ratings, a distinct narrative emerges. Barcelona holds a clear, across-the-board advantage. Their defensive unit is rated superior, and their midfield generalship also outshines Getafe's. But the most pronounced gulf in quality appears in the crucial areas of attack and goalkeeping. Barcelona's forwards are rated significantly higher, suggesting a far greater threat in front of goal, and their goalkeeper boasts a demonstrably better rating between the sticks. These collective ratings strongly indicate a superior individual quality woven throughout the Barcelona squad, particularly in the critical facets of scoring goals and preventing them. This could be a case where sheer talent dictates the flow of the match. Let's shine a spotlight on the potential game changers, the danger men to keep a keen eye on. For Barcelona, Rafinha is their clinical primary goal threat, often finding that decisive touch. The sensational young talent, Lamine Yamal, is a creative dynamo, not only leading in assists and key passes but also bagging numerous Man of the Match awards, a true emerging star. Defensively, Pau Cubarsí stands tall as their top aerial force. Switching to Getafe, Luis Milla orchestrates their play, serving as their creative engine, consistently delivering assists and pivotal passes. Up front, Adrián Liso shoulders the responsibility as Getafe's main goalscorer. These individual battles, particularly in creativity and finishing, could define the outcome. Now, for those looking at player props and booking markets, let's consider players prone to infractions. For Barcelona, Ronald Araujo is notably active in committing fouls. Ferran Torres often finds himself caught offside, while the dynamic Gavi is frequently dribbled past. Rafinha and Jules Kounde have also seen their fair share of yellow cards. On the Getafe side, Cristantas Uche is a serial fouler, consistently collecting yellows. Mauro Arambari also frequently finds himself outmaneuvered and booked. And their forward, Adrián Liso, mirrors the offside tendency, often straying beyond the last defender. These are the individuals whose on-field actions could easily translate into specific betting opportunities. Let's dissect the temporal patterns of goals, a goldmine for astute bettors. Barcelona exhibits a potent scoring tendency right before and immediately after the halftime whistle, particularly between the 40th and 60th minutes. They also possess a dangerous knack for dramatic late goals, often after the 90-minute mark. Conversely, Barcelona has shown vulnerability in the early stages, specifically around the 10 to 20-minute mark, and then again early in the second half. Interestingly, Getafe also frequently finds the net just before and after halftime. This confluence suggests that the middle 60 minutes of this match could be incredibly eventful, potentially packed with scoring action and swings in momentum. Finally, let's consider the grand total of goals. Both teams consistently feature in matches delivering over 1.5 goals, indicating an expectation of at least 2 strikes. However, a significant divergence emerges. Barcelona's games are frequently goal-laden affairs, with 3/4 of their matches soaring past the 2.5 goal mark. Getafe's encounters, in stark contrast, are much tighter, more defensively oriented battles, remarkably never witnessing more than 3.5 goals. This clear stylistic difference suggests Barcelona will likely push for a high-scoring spectacle, while Getafe will aim to keep the overall scoreline contained. Which trend will dominate this crucial encounter, the free-flowing attack or the resolute defense?